All right, what's going on, fellow art warriors? Welcome back to another annual Halloween drink and draw stream. I'm really excited to have you guys here, and we are going to start off with reviewing our monthly challenge submission. Then we are going to go into some prompts, and we're going to just all draw together and hang out, have a good time, drink some stuff, and yeah, I'm going to show you your drawings live as well, and we can kind of do some reviews and stuff like that. So yeah, before I begin, I'm wearing my Halloween outfit, my Roronoa Zoro from One Piece outfit, which my wife helped me put together. We actually dressed up as the One Piece characters for Halloween, which was pretty cool. If you go on my Instagram, you can check out some of those photos that we took. But yeah, let's kind of dive right into it. So, just do a ping on our Discord really quick. Got some spooky music going on as well. I thought that would fit the mood. So, all right, let's. I'm gonna be looking like a spooky day today. Yeah, man, it's actually kind of cold in Houston today. It's cold for us at least. It's like, I don't know, 50 degrees, and it's like cold rain and stuff. So it's actually a perfect day to do a spooky Halloween stream. So, all right, let's get into this critique and just kind of look at this. I know I gave you guys extremely short notice for this challenge. So by default, Scallier Pepper is the winner for this month, but I do think that she has a really, really awesome piece, two pieces actually, which is really, really cool. But basically, the prompt was design a spooky or cute costume for a black cat. You can use the image provided or come up with a new pose, and I gave this little black cat image. So yeah, we can kind of just dive into the critique on this. So I think what Scallier Pepper said was she worked on this challenge image, and then she was like, oh, I'm gonna put myself with my little chonk as the little bat character. So I just love the pose and everything. Let's take a look at this one first, since it's like a full-on painting. Okay, so as you guys know, with my critiques, I'm relatively nitpicky, and I love this. Like, zoomed out, this looks beautiful. There are a couple marks that if Scallier Pepper had just kind of blended them in really quickly around here, it would make the nose stand out a little bit more and make the face look really polished, even though this is more or less like a quick kind of sketch. There's this stroke right here that just like doesn't look quite right. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about too. In black and white, if I remove my layer, you can see how the values of a couple of these lines are just like standing out, like really, really apparently. So when I put this back on, very, very quick touch up, but you can see how much of a difference it makes. So I'm gonna just like touch up a couple of these little areas really, really quickly. And we can kind of judge by flipping back and forth. But I do think this is adorable. I love this kind of like chunky painterly art style. It's a really nice way to like craft forms and lighting, especially with an animal. It's very, very hard because if you look at the fur, it's kind of like, obviously fur is very soft, so everything's very, very blended. But this is a really, really good approach. Like, I've been asked many, many times, like, how do you paint fur? Like, should I use a fur brush, whatever? But at the end of the day, if you can like plot out the planes of the form and kind of make things more rounded or angular, and showcase the lighting well, you're going to give the impression of that fur in a realistic way. So I'm getting some chats. Let's see. Excellent development. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. Skylar Prep said, hey, not sure how long I can stay, but happy to catch a stream for a bit at least. Awesome. Thank you for joining. The music's a bit loud compared to your voice. Thank you for letting me know. Let's do this. Alright. Let me know if those volumes are a little bit better. Meglit, I can't really join, but I thought I'd stop in and say hi. Thanks for hopping in, Meglit. Good to see you. I'm sad you can't draw with us because you always do some awesome pieces when we do these streams, but glad you hopped in. So yeah, guys, I see some people rolling in, so I just kind of want to reiterate how we're going to go about this stream. I'm just going to do some reviews really quick of our monthly challenge, and then we're going to dive right into some prompts. So get out your pencils, your tablets, your iPads, whatever, and we're going to all draw together. If you aren't in the Discord, it's discord.gg/artbros. I'll put it in the chat. You can hop in the Discord, and then you can share your work in the share your work channel in there. And then after we do about like 2 pieces, I'm gonna do like community review work. So I'll take some of your guys' pieces, show them live, and yeah, we can kind of just like look over the cool things that we all draw together. So okay, really quick to get back into this, like very, very minor sort of critiques. Like I literally just touched up a couple lines, but I feel like it makes such a huge difference for just readability. And then if we look at this one really quick, I don't have too many like critiques, but what I do like about this is the pose first and foremost. This is like very beautiful, kind of exaggerated pose. I love the design and the colors as well, like the bat ears and the wings kind of have a similar palette, and then the character herself has a very like muted kind of pastel-y, kind of like contrasted costume to make her pop out. So again, if we look in black and white, you can see that the sleeve is like a nice balance of like dark, light, dark. We kind of have that rhythm going on for the character. Right here too, around the waist, we have this white in between the black pants and the black vest thing, and same with the cat. The cat itself is black and white. So yeah, really, really cool character design. I know Scalia Pepper, obviously, like I've seen your work, like you can do really, really nice like painted up stuff. This would be a cool one to just paint up and have like as an Instagram post, or even a like fun Halloween-y portfolio piece. So I don't know if you have the time to render this out. I think that could be really cool, especially with this more like cartoony-ish kind of style. I feel like I usually see you do more like realistic kind of stuff. So yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Okay. Oh, the bot just pinged my Discord anyway. Maylet says, oh, Little Nurko, what's up? Thanks for joining. Megalit says, my tablet is having difficulties. I'm traveling, so I can't fix it till I get home. No. If you can get a napkin and a pen and then can take photos of your sketches and submit them, I'd even be happy to look at those, because that would be cool. But if you can't, it's no big deal. All right, guys, let's go into picking a prompt. Let me know too if my levels have kind of adjusted. I did lower the music a bit. And let me get my drink out. I might switch to beer later. Let's see. It is a little bit early in Houston right now, but my wife made me a pumpkin spice latte, so really good. So that's what I'm drinking as of now. Let me know in the chat if you guys are drinking some booze right now. I'd be interested to see what you guys got going on. Okay. So on my other screen, I'm just on drawingprompt.com. And there's a bunch of like categories. I think like fierce monster or fantastic beast would be a good one to kind of start off with for like a Halloween prompt. Let's see. So I clicked on fierce monster. The acid blob, a bubbly blob of acid or other strange chemicals possessing a strange, perhaps glowing and magical intelligence. Watch out for this monster. It can spit acid a short distance, melt your weapons, and will most definitely ruin your shoes. You could always show some unfortunate adventurer discovering this for the first time to their great shock and surprise. This sounds like a fun one to me. So let's start with this one. You can see where we go from there. Let's get this in here. Gotta do some formatting. Let me know too what you guys are dressing up for Halloween, and if you guys have any plans, because unfortunately we don't have any plans this year. So I'd like to live through you and see what fun things you're doing for Halloween. Cool. All right, guys, the acid blob. This is the first prompt. Crit, do a folder, and I am going to just start painting and see where we go with this. Here, do we all share the same prompt? Yes. So we're all going to go off of the same prompts, and I think that's what's going to be fun about it. Once we start showcasing your guys' work, it's kind of cool to see how we all like approach this differently. So again, if you are drawing along with us, post your submission in the Discord and share your work, and then we will we'll review some of that stuff. So for this first one, let's just do kind of a quicker, sketchy sort of thing to just like get us loosened up. I'm going to start a timer for 30 minutes. So let's start now. Chandra Rose says, no plans really, just hang out at home and hand out candy to the few kids that stop by. Awesome. Ryaka says, I'm having a comic crunch, so sadly no Halloween or Kegri. Corellian and end of the year celebration for me. Comic crunch. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing to have. At least you're getting some stuff done. So if you're able to share that in the Discord too, I would love to see what you're working on. Okay, so I have this idea. Do I want to share my idea? I don't want to influence your guys' ideas, but I was thinking it could be kind of cool to do like almost like a acid blob rock monster, where it's like the monster is kind of connected by goo. I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom a lot, so I don't know if that's like what's influencing me. And I liked this idea of the acid monster like spitting something. Do kind of like a dynamic-y sort of pose. And I think a fun way to think about this too, guys, is this is a really fun way to just start generating ideas. And I don't know, you never know what you come up with when you're kind of put on the spot, and you can always go in and refine one of these sketches later and perhaps like put together some sort of portfolio piece. So concept art or whatever you do, illustration. Let's see. But hey, less than 2 weeks to convention. Okay. You still playing Tears of the Kingdom? That's commitment. Bro, well, first of all, with a baby, my video game time has gone down like quite drastically, but I'm just now like kind of getting back into feeling like I have some time to play some games. I am like 105 hours in. Like I have a disgusting amount of hours into this game, and I still haven't even gotten to like the fourth like main quest thing. I'm like one of those like completionist crazy people that I'm like trying to do all the shrines. I'm trying to, you know, get everything I can. So yeah, I've been putting in a lot of... Oh, also, I'll say too, I did kind of take a break to play some... I'm starting a Assassin's Creed Mirage as well. I'm like a huge Assassin's Creed fan. So... yeah, that's kind of taking up some time too. Taking some time away from Tears of the Kingdom. I will say, I think personally, for me, because I love, like, I mean, if you can see, I don't know, behind me, I don't know if you could see my Lego stuff, but I love building things. So Tears of the Kingdom is probably like the most fun game I've ever played in my life. I don't know if it's my favorite game of all time, but it's the most fun game I've ever played. Wait, what song is this? I know this song. Moonlight Densetsu? Am I being dumb? Can you guys let me know if you... I don't know if you can even hear the song. Sailor Moon, okay. Thank you. It's because I haven't watched Sailor Moon since I was like 12 years old, so I'm like, what is this? I know this song. It's funny. It does kind of have a spooky vibe, or at least they're making it spooky, which is kind of interesting. Started to kind of have this new-ish, I don't want to say it's totally new approach, but especially when I'm doing streams and drawing, just kind of like going in with gray and like blocking out forms is so much quicker for me than thinking through drawing. And it's kind of like if I want to get line work, I can just add a black kind of pen and start drawing over some of my shapes to get more clear forms. But I've even found with my client work recently, just like, and maybe I'm just to the point where I can think through these things a little bit quicker, but it's just been interesting. I started like really merging a lot of my layers and basically just not really being so anal about layer management and like selections and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of like going for it, almost like I'm painting with oils. I'd say you definitely have to kind of go through the motions and like learn how to become faster, but yeah, at a certain point, it's like speed is almost like getting more and more important the older I get and the more projects and stuff I take on. So I think, I don't know if I just said this already, but I think, yeah, I'm channeling that like goo sort of concept in Tears of the Kingdom where everything's like connected by this weird like sticky glue stuff. So don't let people tell you if you're an artist like, oh, you shouldn't be wasting your time playing video games. It's like, I'm a strong believer in the fact that playing games only helps you become, I mean, now don't go overboard, but it definitely helps inspire you and keeps you informed on like new trends. People saying Halloween horror costumes, sketchy, and makeup a blob of color rendering in the shirt that says "Oops, wrong layer." All art can be inspirational. It's fun deals when playing games. Yeah, definitely. You need things to leave impressions on you. Creativity is absorbing other ideas and mixing them. Yeah, I think so too. This is another just random thought, but something I've really been paying attention to closely as well, and that's why I was really impressed with Scallier Pepper's character, is posing of characters and making really dynamic poses. So I'm working on a 2D action RPG right now, and one of the things I've really been thinking about when animating my characters is like, okay, these sprites are really, really small. How can I better like showcase their personality by their pose and their silhouette and stuff like that? And that's also translated even into like my client work illustration. Like I just worked on a character for a client. It's like it's kind of got like that Assassin's Creed kind of vibe, and really all I was thinking about is like, okay, how can I showcase her personality in her posture? And I think that alone adds so much to your piece. So yeah, when you guys are kind of sketching things out, like before you even put pen to paper and you kind of have that very basic idea in your head, just think of like, okay, is the pose that I have in my head like dynamic enough? Like, can I make it more interesting? Can I make it cooler? And if you're having trouble with that, that's when, you go and find reference. And kind of, that takes half the work. Solves half the problem for you, right? Finding good reference. How to make blob dynamic. Well, I mean, I feel like that's what's cool about a blob, right? Like, if you're going even with just a blob monster, like a Flan from Final Fantasy, and you have it like attacking or spinning, making more of a shape like this, too, right? Like it's spinning out, like making it look like it's thrusting forward is a cool way to do it. Or, you can have it sitting back and like it's got some jelly arms or something like that, like it's about to attack people, right? So I think there's ways to do it. Thankfully, it's like you can be over exaggerated with like a gooey kind of character because you can easily imagine that they can stretch really far. Let's see where we're at time wise, guys. All right, saying 18 minutes left. If we feel like we need just a little bit more time, I'm happy to do that. But let's just get through this timer and see how it goes. See, the thing with these quicker sketches too is I kind of make sure I'm not noodling, so I should really go in and like render these arms, stuff like that. The other thing too that's probably going to help me, I just don't want to delete him, is just kind of throwing a gray. That way, if I use any white, it's going to pop a lot better, right? So if I kind of have like a side lighting, like a rim lighting or something, yeah, that already is helping like a lot. excited to see your guys' blobs. I'm always really impressed because I would say I'm more of a... I really like to paint and get into detail and stuff like that. That's kind of more my style. And then when we do these and I see your guys' work sometimes and it's like you have like a completed piece in like 20 minutes, I'm like, how the heck did you do that? So like with color and everything. So no pressure, but I'm excited to be impressed by you guys. I think what would help too is if I just made the whole thing a bit darker. And then we have Sorcerers Among Us. One of my biggest game faves, Art Inspo's just got a remaster and I should update my game system so I can play it again. What game is it? Oh, Baten Kaitos. Okay, I've never played that game, but it's always interested me. It looks really cool. I'm into like more kind of technical types of games, like card games and stuff like that. So it definitely looks on my alley. I like the art style too. This is a very different game than I'm about to recommend, but if you like, because Baten Kaitos, I believe, is a like a card game kind of combat, right? I don't know if anybody's played Inscription. Bit tricky RPG back in GameCube days. Visuals hit hard. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's played Inscription, but that game is so freaking cool. Like, oh my god. I like almost don't even want to explain it to you. It's one of those games that if you're into like weird games, just play it. It's got a card game like element to it. But it's so freaking good. It's so freaking good. It's almost like if you're just into video games and you have a history of playing video games, there's gonna be stuff in it that that's gonna impress you. Gotta put it on my list. Thanks for the rec. Yep. Description before, it's one of the best games ever. Yeah, it really is. It's one of those games that is so memorable. Like I'm never gonna forget what happens in it, like how it works. To me, those are like the strongest types of video games that just leave that like really long-lasting impression. But speaking of that, guys, I know I've been talking about my video game like literally forever. I think our plan right now is to start getting a Steam page together and start gathering some wish lists. So I'll definitely let you guys know like when that's going to happen, but I'm really, really excited to show you guys what we're working on finally. And maybe I'll do a stream with you guys and do like a playthrough of a demo or just talk about it or something. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that. I'm like literally dying to show you guys. You probably think I've been lying this whole time, like, he's not making a game. But yes, we've been making a game for a very, very long time, and it's getting there. So see. Do you guys think I can add some color? I don't know if I'm gonna be too ambitious doing that, but I think it might help sell my slime guy a little bit more. Let's see. Let's do maybe overlay and get some greens. Nope. Nope. Yeah, more like that kind of color. Do I want to do multiply? Yeah. I think the issue is I don't completely have him filled in. You know what? Do you guys think that the let's do this. Yeah, that at least gives like a backing to him. Actually, maybe if I... There we go. Nope. And then... okay, cool. There we go. Yeah, now we can get some colors going on. Oops. This will be exciting to see at some time. Oh, what's up, Brad? Thanks for joining. And thanks. That looking creature. That's pretty funny. I think I'm like just slightly too old for that. I remember when Ben 10 like became a thing. And I watched cartoons. I mean, I still watch cartoons, guys, but I like hardcore watched cartoons till like I was in college, basically. But I do know if I was a bit younger when that came out, that would totally be my jam. It looks really cool. So yeah, I get the aesthetic more or less. It's pretty funny. Alright, let's see what we can do about this. At this point I need to just kind of like start kind of rendering out one portion of him. Oh, these should probably be green, huh? Literally just gonna go in and paint into the background. Alright, we have about 6 minutes left. Would you guys like more time, or are you guys ready to start looking over some of these pieces? Let me know in the chat. Oh, I will say too, you guys probably know that Alice is usually co-hosting with me. She just got back from her honeymoon in Japan, and she's like super jet lagged. Otherwise, she'd be joining us. So, she'll probably be around for the next monthly challenge stream, and the next drink and draw we do will probably be like a holiday, like wintry kind of theme. So I'll get out my Santa hat and yeah, we'll do some more holiday themed stuff, which will be fun. I'm ready. Where are the prompts coming from? You come up with them, right? Boom. I'm finding prompts on prompt. It's like called, what is it called? Drawingprompt.com. So we're all drawing this prompt on the list here, the acid blob, but we'll be picking a new prompt shortly. I could probably look into the next prompt now. Let me just want to get this little guy's face like going at the very least. I'm pretty happy with kind of how he's starting to look. Let's see. It's always fun making, like, painting kind of like translucent sort of characters. It's good for it's a good type of material study to do. Alright guys, why don't you start posting your drawings in discord.gg/artbros in the share your work. And we can start taking a look at some of those. While those are coming in, we can pick the next prompt. Save this guy. Let me take a sip of my latte. Also, let me know if anybody's like drinking booze. I don't want to be the only one drinking coffee right now. I do have some Oktoberfest beers that I could crack open, so it is only 12:40 right now, so alright, just Bates and Kaiser has mentioned. I'd love to see different takes on the same prompt. Yeah, definitely. I think it's really fun. Alright, cool. What do you guys think? You want to do... I feel like it's Halloween, right? We should be drawing monsters and stuff. I'm down to do another monster if you guys are. Let's see. I'm confused too because I've used this I think this is the same website. It just looks totally different. I don't know if you guys remember the website I used before. I feel like I'm losing my mind because I couldn't find that other one. I thought it was just called drawingprompts.com. Let me see. Like, this one gives very long descriptions, which is not the end of the world, but the other one is... It's just like a short line to describe something. It just felt a little bit more... what do you call it? Easy to get your head around. Yeah, I literally can't find it. I don't know, maybe they just, like, converted it. Also, I want to know, did you guys watch the One Piece show on Netflix? I'm dressed up as Zoro right now. I've got my little sash. Oh, I should show you. I got my katana. I don't have 3 katanas, unfortunately. I only have one right... Well, no, that's not true. I have a Sephiroth katana too, but it's up there. I can't grab it right now. But anyway, yeah, we watched that show this year, and I didn't really grow up with One Piece. I was more of a DBZ guy. But we watched that show and we thought it was freaking awesome. I really, really liked it. I love the power of friendship kind of shows. So, here's the acid blob again. Bugbear. Let's see. Goblin shapeshifter. Ooh, this is cool. Let's do this. Could be cool to kind of draw a transformation happening. There's there's my timer going. Let's see. Ryaka is having a beer. Monsters, monsters, monsters. So hard about parenting. Yeah, fortunately, my wife is taking care of Leon right now. I think he's taking a nap, so. Let me just look through what you guys are saying. Mate doesn't watch anime and has a hard time even watching the OP. Adds too much for her. Yeah, the Netflix show's live action though, so that might be kind of an easier way to get somebody into stuff. But I will say too, like, my wife wasn't really an anime person until I showed her the right animes. So I don't know. It's one thing if somebody's like totally not into it, but over the time I've been with my wife, we've watched a lot of animes at this point. I feel like they just have the best stories. Get one prompt at least. Sanji David Bowie wannabe. I never get into One Piece because the art direction just wasn't my thing. Yeah, I felt the same way, because that is something I grew up with, right? Like, One Piece came around when, like, I was a kid. But I don't know, I was just more into DBZ. Dislike anime but loved Arcane. I never finished Arcane, but I want to. It looks awesome. The anime is more about finding the right one to introduce you to it, and then you can go from there. I 100% agree. Yeah. Okay, let's do a review of your guys' work on the next one. So get your guys' blobs in, and we'll start on the next prompt. Wow, holy crap! This is what I'm talking about, guys. These pieces are awesome. Like, some of these look totally finished. Oh man, I think I also just like overthink stuff. I'm also streaming too. I will give myself a little bit of credit, but yeah, some of these are really cool. Cool. All right, let's start a timer for the shapeshifter. Hopefully that was cool. I didn't really ask you guys. It just sounded cool to me. What time is it? 12:47. Let me check my little. 1:15. Cool. Let's give ourselves like 45 minutes for the next one. That'll give you a little bit more time. And if you want to finish up your blob, you can finish that up, and then we'll do kind of a big review. Cool. While we're in between drawings too, I do just have to do just a little bit of self-promotion kind of stuff. I do want to let you guys know that I updated my kind of like free gift thing for signing up for my email list, because I created this guide, like a make money in 30 days sort of guide. What I realized was that a lot of artists, especially right now with all the AI stuff, are struggling to figure out, like, how do I actually make money? How do I do this as like for a living sort of thing? So, thanks for the follow, Kaye. But yeah, I wanted to give out some information in terms of just like the steps that I took to like start getting clients, start making money, and kind of pushing away a lot of the BS sort of stuff. So if you want to get that free guide, just hop into my website, nickhajialasart.com. I'm going to put the link to ArtQuest specifically. And what I have been giving out is like a free art improvement calendar. So you'll still get that if you're not subscribed to my email list yet. But you'll also get the Make Money in 30 Days guide. So if you just go to nickhajialasart.com/artquest, you scroll down, you just sign up here. And I'll just give you like a little preview of these little guides. So here's my art improvement calendar. This is just like if you struggle with having like consistency with your work. It's just an easy way to like go through the days, draw every day, check things off, and at the end of the month, like have like a portfolio of work and studies and stuff like that. And then here's my guide. 7 steps, really easy to follow, rinse and repeat sort of methodology. It's one of those things, and I'm starting to realize a lot of this like feels like common sense after you go through it. But it's kind of like until somebody like either reassures you or reinforces the way you've been thinking about something, it's kind of like that extra little kick in the butt. So in terms of my own experience right now, like I said, I'm working on my game. We're trying to figure out how to like get it out there and to pitch it to people and stuff like that. And what I'm starting to realize is a lot of these like little tiny things, you don't really like fully grasp until you hear it from somebody else. And then you hear it from somebody else, you're like, oh, why didn't I think of that? So that's what I'm trying to achieve with this. Hopefully you guys will read through this and just be like, oh, I didn't think about something that way. I'll apply this, and then hopefully it will lead to sales with your art. So if you download that and give it a read through, please let me know in the Discord what you think of it, because I'm interested to hear. If we're already subscribed, can we still get it? Yes. So what I'm going to do this week, I'm actually going to be kind of, I don't want to say like totally revamping like my email thing, but I'm going to be giving out more like kind of free information weekly. And what I'm going to do this week is send out an email saying, hey, if you guys already subscribe, here's the free gift with a link, and you'll get that. I will get that out by the end of the week. So don't worry if you're already subscribed. I definitely don't want people that are already subscribed to feel like they're kind of missing out on a new kind of free thing. So yeah, I'll get that out this week. Cool. All right, let's get into some drawing. All right, let's see. Acid Blob. The next one is the Shapeshifter. Doppelganger moving to take the form of another creature. I seem them. That's bad grammar. I see them sneaking up on the victim. So you can draw the character twice, first the victim. Alright, let's just delete all this. I think this is enough for you guys to kind of go off of. Okay. Let's see, this is a tough one, but I think it'll result in a cool piece. Again, I'm channeling another game inspiration. Did anybody play Final Fantasy 16 this year? Because that game was freaking awesome. And I think it's definitely now one of my favorite games of all time. I know people kind of had like mixed reviews on it, but I like how Clive kind of like turns into Ifrit. So maybe I'll do something like that. Like think about a way. Whoa. Let's see. Oh man, bugging out. Maybe I'll do like a female. Kind of channel that like Ifrit transformation thing. kind of like a freaking out expression. I'm trying to like, do you guys ever like in your studios like do the pose yourself and you feel like a fool, but it's like the only way I can think this through. Like trying to go on my theme of dynamic pose, just kind of practice that stuff. Yeah, it's a cool pose. Thank God for Photoshop and the selection tool. Yeah, it's almost like she's turning more into like a demon kind of thing. I think that could be pretty cool. Let me know if you guys are having a good time. I'm having a great time right now. I feel like I never give myself the chance to just like sketch anymore. Just like draw wacky ideas. Because I've just been so busy with client work and just work and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it feels good to kind of just let your imagination run wild sometimes. And maybe she's got like this cool like necklace with like a crystal or something like that. Man, sometimes these songs pop on, I'm like, this just sounds annoying. Change this. I've been playing too much Baldur's Gate. Our routine, yeah, definitely. I have not gotten a chance to get into Baldur's Gate yet. I definitely think it's a game that would be up my alley, but it's just yeah, I just haven't picked it up yet. It feels like every game nowadays is like a 200-hour long experience, so it's kind of like I really need to pick and choose what, you know, what I feel like I'm really, really going to be into. And for me, I've been playing Assassin's Creed since like the first one, so that felt like a priority in terms of my next like new game to play. I'm also not really a D&D person, so I don't have like a, you know, attachment to Baldur's Gate in any way, and I never played the other ones, but I did hear this new one is like excellent, so when I was regularly going to IlluxCon, which I believe just happened recently. Let me know if any of you guys got to go to that. But there's a lot of like Magic the Gathering artists that go there and D&D artists, and one of the most profound things I learned was faces and hands are more important than literally anything else on the figure. So I feel like I still kind of struggle with hands from imagination, but I'm trying to think about that now and trying to pose a nice hand for my character. What is happening right now? Sorry. It's like my neighborhood Facebook message group just started blowing up for some reason. So random. Trying to give her like a button down kind of dress thing. Just don't know if this is really working the way I want it to. I think her shoulders are way too wide. Again, the power of Photoshop and just being able to select things out. a soft eraser. Yeah. Alright, how's everybody's drawings coming along so far? We've gone about, I don't know, 18 minutes. It's saying we got about 27 minutes left on this one, so I think that should be more than enough time to get a cool drawing together. Oh, Meglit actually, posted a little, like, sketch, paper sketch. Awesome. Love it. Yeah, so we'll be showing your guys' work after this drawing. Sadly, I'm skipping this one. No worries. Bad. Face and hands both contain the most expression, yeah. There's something magical drawing together. I agree. I think it's fun. Alice and I had been doing more like kind of regular sessions, like drawing sessions in events and stuff, but it just kind of, we got really busy, and with my baby and everything, it just, kind of fell off. But if you guys are really into doing this stuff, like we can really try hard to pick that back up, because I think it is fun to do this together. Doesn't work. Actually, This is almost kind of giving off a Witchblade vibe. I don't know if anybody remembers that Top Cow comic, but I always thought it was kind of a cool theme. Witchblade in the darkness. Let's see. Oh, okay, we got some questions coming in. Car drawing, 10 out of 10. Start making lunch, sadly. In your experience working in the field, do you have to know Photoshop, or were you able to use whatever program you wanted? So I kind of started with Photoshop, which I think was kind of beneficial. Photoshop is technically the industry standard. I would say it's not going to hurt to know Photoshop, but at the end of the day, if you learn any of the other drawing programs and then you have to eventually jump into Photoshop, I don't think it's going to be that hard for you to do it. So, Little Nurka says, I love drawing with you guys. Love the stuff, to be honest. I love drawing together. Awesome. It's kind of nice drawing with Nick leading and seeing professional doodles in real time speed and see the problem solving. It's so refreshing compared to speed paints. That's actually good to know. I appreciate that feedback because, yeah, even for me sometimes, right? Like, I'm looking at some people I look up to and you watch their speed paints and you're just like, oh my God, how the heck did you get there? Now, I will say, and I did mention this, like, I'm kind of drawing it in a different-ish kind of way, but it is still the same thought process of, like, getting the sketch, a very loose sketch down, trying to figure out posing and everything, refining from there, looking at light and shadow, all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, definitely, it is good to see people, like, paint in real time sometimes. The hand on the left makes me think of her like a dryad turning to plants. Yeah, it definitely has that kind of vibe. I'm like trying to channel more like demon, like what do you call it? Singed and like burned and stuff like that. So maybe we'll see how I can get a little bit more of that. Nick should offer a draw with me for an hour program. It's not a bad idea. I have thought about doing like a figure drawing workshop kind of thing. So this would be more of a paid thing, but it would be like we're hardcore like painting figures together. I would be leading like this. We'd be sitting for like 4 hours and it'd be more like a class structure. So if that sounds like something you guys might be interested, let me know. Or if you end up watching this later on a VOD or something, let me know in the Discord. Add smoke. Good call. Good call. Yes. Do that on another layer just so I don't like F it up by accident. Could even kind of have her hair like turning into fire sort of thing. I think that would be cool. Kind of like, I guess there's that Magic the Gathering Planeswalker. I wish I knew these characters better. I forget what her name is. Something like that might be kind of cool. See, now I'm looking at this, and this is where I like to kind of zoom out. I'm like, okay, her head is just... I mean, I sketched this out really quickly, so I'm seeing a lot of proportional issues. So now is a good time to go in, use the selection tool, just like... kind of nudge things around. See, and what I could even do at this point too is lower the opacity of this and then just start getting a nice... So I'm kind of liking where this is going. Could go in... Oh, man, do I want to do that though? How much time we got left? 18 minutes. Nah. But, you know, just for purposes of learning, I could go in at this point and start getting some nice lines to eventually prepare like a final painting for this. But I might just try to noodle on this layer a bit more and get it at least like more of in a presentable kind of state. I think that's always a good thing. Let's see. Kaya says, I would love that. Nick, my birthday is coming up. Let's do the figure drawing session. Okay. I've been doing a ton of online courses, but a live course could be so much better. I mean, I'll use my birthday money not as a present. Gotcha. No need to clarify. I appreciate that. Okay. I mean, if this is something you guys are interested in, I'd be down to host something like that. I was even thinking what could be cool is like if I did something like this monthly, we could do different themes. Like, you know, we could do nude female, nude male, clothed female, clothed male, armor, whatever. We could always have different themes. And I could kind of walk you guys through a lot of this stuff live, and obviously be able to ask me questions and stuff like that, which I think is always helpful when you're like actually trying to learn. So, okay. The only thing that's kind of tough with a live course, I mean, you know, there's a decent amount of you guys live right now, which is awesome. It's just figuring out the timing to get people online, and it's like, I guess what would help is if I scheduled the time, like the actual day and time, so you know exactly if you can make plans for it ahead of time when you sign up. Do it and then post to YouTube afterwards. Yeah. Also be cool to see you do a prompt sometime and make a video on your thought process in the creation with a time lapse breaking down your professional work flow. That's a cool one too. That's a good idea, BRO. Yeah, this is why I like drawing with you guys. You guys give me good ideas. Oh, let's see. Oh, I got... Sorry, I don't know who this is exactly, but one of you guys is trying to get into the Discord. I'm giving you access now. Because I'm streaming, it like shortens your name, so it's somebody starting with a B. Schedule, clear communication, could do a donation, holder fees, etc. Yeah, that's a good call. Speed draws are the best. Yeah, I think if I did the figure drawing course, I would do it like how I took figure drawing like in college, where we'd have, I mean, obviously we wouldn't have a live model, but we'd find photos, start with some warm-ups, go into a longer drawing, and then you guys would be able to kind of submit, and I'd be able to actually like critique you during the course. So okay, I can try to throw something together, and we'll see how that goes. I probably need to like limit it to a certain amount of slots, just so that I can actually be able to critique and like give attention to everybody that is joining. So I'll have to think about how many people I feel like I can realistically dedicate time to. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on that. Yeah, see, I'm taking a note out of Scallier Pepper's book right now. She's got a white-ish or a lighter colored shirt on, so I'm going to do black pants. And then, because she's got like the black arm and I can integrate more in of this like charred, that was the word I was looking for, charred kind of stuff on her to give more rhythm to the light and dark colors. I'll let you guys know once we hit 10 minutes so that you can start preparing your files to put in the Discord. Let me know if you guys have any other thoughts for more like free, fun kind of stuff like this, like hangout, drawing, session type ideas that Alice and I can host. We've done a couple in the past. We've done like a, what do you call it? You know, when we each kind of draw like a piece of a character and then you put the monster together. We've done something like that before. We've done like a live figure drawing kind of session, but it was less like critiquey. It was more just like, let's all draw together kind of thing. Let me know if you have any other, anything else you'd like be interested in us hosting. Hard eraser. Trying to give some motion even to these like lapels. When you're doing like kind of things blowing and like windy kind of stuff, you have to think through anything that would be soft that would be able to get blown by the wind. Now I'm kind of just going through and I'm trying to think about my lighting since the character more or less is like set up. Trying to just do a very, very basic lighting pass. I'm kind of going for more of like a soft ambient lighting scheme so that I don't need to think too hard about like directional light. well. Actually, I think it would be more on that part.
Now I'm letting you stay here on one condition. That you promise not to wander around the hotel alone. No place for a little girl. All right, this is crazy. This is my niece, Carol. She's staying with us for a while.
Behind each door, there's a private server.
Carol?
Welcome to Atlantis Cayenne Hotel. Hardly anyone ever checks in.
Oh, I told you I was going to tell you at 10 minutes. All right, we got 7 minutes left, so maybe start putting your final-ish touches on your piece and start submitting to the Discord so we can take a look at them. And we'll go through some of the pieces at this point. I think now's a good time to do that.
Nobody ever checks out. Welcome to Atlantis Cayenne Hotel. Hardly anyone ever checks in. Nobody ever checks out.
I think her whole arm is maybe... I don't know, is it too long? Yeah, it's too long. Do this. Little Nurka says, I honestly really enjoy the prompts and seeing everyone's creativity. If you want to get ArtQuest running with more involvement, I recommend doing a stream about ArtQuest specifically, like doing a Halloween version of your ArtQuest character. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Yeah, I'm definitely down to stream some ArtQuest stuff. Yeah, if you guys don't know what ArtQuest is, again, go to nickhajialsart.com/ArtQuest, and ArtQuest is basically like a fun pen and paper RPG to help you be more consistent with your art and kind of give you like a guideline for, developing a plan and getting actual stuff done. So the main art quest is modeled actually after my mentorship program. So you'll be designing a character, you'll be doing a little bit of concept art and illustration, and then I have other art quest chapters. Like one focuses on like designing a boss monster and stuff like that. So yeah, if you get the chance, check that out. Legend BR, having a lot of fun on this prompt. Awesome. Renini Panini says, Alice and I were talking about how it might be cool to chill sometimes with art, drawing, games. Draw Feet has a lot of prompts that we've had fun with in the past. They can be great warm-ups and exercise in creativity. Okay, cool. Don't forget that there's also ArtQuest Discord with even more challenges. Thanks for the plug. Yeah. So if you guys also pick up any of the ArtQuest books, you get access to a special role in a special channel in the Discord server, where you can share your ArtQuest characters, and I pop in there occasionally and check out what you guys are working on. Draw a couple more minutes. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to start putting your stuff up. I would say probably start uploading now if you can, and then I will start taking a look at your guys' work. I think this is gonna help too, almost like drawing these like little glowing cracks in the arm. Kind of look like volcanic, I don't know, magma kind of thing. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. All right. I know you guys probably feel this too when you're like working on a piece. You're like, I need to just do this and this and this. That's kind of where I'm at with mine right now. I will stop in 1 second to look at your guys' work. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Pretty happy with that. This is something I feel like I could turn into like a, I don't know, cool little mini painting. Alright, let's see. They're very helpful. I've even bought them for my students. Wow, that's awesome. That's good to hear. I appreciate it, guys. Oh man, one more thing, guys. It's like there we go. Now it actually looks like she's yelling. That's the timer. Okay. Alright, guys, cool. Alright, if anybody is new in here, drop your art into discord.gg/artbros in the share your work section, and I'll put a folder together for that. Community work. Share your work. Let's see which. Wow, cool. All right. I love this. Copy image. Man, Photoshop sometimes just paste, dude. Paste the image. Here, let's do this. I guess it wouldn't hurt to grab your guys' names too. Oh man, it hides your guys' names. I more or less know who's doing what, but we're gonna just kind of go through some of these pieces. Give me 1 second to download them. Yeah, would you guys like just like quick mini critiques? I'm gonna give you quick mini critiques. I'm just gonna do it anyway. It's fun for me. Hopefully helpful for you. Alright, 1 second. Almost have all of them. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's go through these. Did I miss any? Wait, where's... Oh, I got this one on here. Okay. I didn't draw this one. It was like a quick mini crits. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, here's the first one. This is really cute. Who did this one? Meglit did this one. Love it. I'm happy that Meglit got to submit something, even though she didn't have her tablet and stuff on him. See, this is my favorite part when you guys make drawings, that it's not that you have to make me work for what's going on, but like I look at it and then I look at it some more and then I'm like, that's freaking hilarious that there's this little bloody bone right here. Like, I didn't catch that on first glance, but I think that's a good thing, to kind of like make the viewer look at your piece for a little bit because they know there's something more going on, and then they're like, oh, there's a little bit of a skeleton in there and he's got this cute little face. So I just love this. This is awesome. All right, I think this one is Biaro's piece. Yeah, this is Biaro's piece. You know what? If I just disable streamer mode is enabled, usernames have been trumped. I'm just gonna disable streamer mode. There we go. Okay. This is Biaro's piece. Test 1 Goomber. I love this one too. Okay, here's a little mini critique with Biaro's piece again. Guys, when you're doing this, just have a black and white layer if you can, if you have like Photoshop or whatever, just like at the top of your list. That way you can always be like just quickly checking your values. So I love the illustration and everything that's going on. I like the centered thing, and I know, again, we only like had 30 minutes for this, but I think this one could have done with just some very, very quick, like darker values. So maybe darker and lighter values even. And I know that we're doing this without like reference, but it helps when you have a black and white to be checking stuff like this and be like, oh, this is helping it stand off the page a little bit better. Like, have a little occlusion shadow down there. You know, very, very quick edits, but just pushing your values a little bit more, even on Goomber here. Probably want to use more of a soft brush with this. I love the, oh, sorry. This is another thing too. I love this like floating element that you have. I think that's actually one of the most interesting things because it showcases Goomber's like abilities, let's call it. Like, otherwise we would just think he's just a solid that could just fall, you know what I mean? Or like a jelly kind of material that can fall. But if he can have these floating pieces, like, I would kind of exaggerate this, like make this go off the page, like maybe you have like little Goombers floating around, you know, that could be kind of funny and add to the humor. But yeah, we can kind of go crazy with this. But yeah, I like that you gave us essentially an illustration in like 30 minutes. That's awesome. Nice job, Biaro. I think, is this one also Biaro's? Whoa, this is intense. just double check. This one's also BROs. Flubber. The Goomba army rises. Yeah, okay, so this one's cool. This was the shapeshifter one. I like that it's like coming out of the deer carcass, I think. Or is he eating the deer carcass? It leads me to think he's coming out of it because he's kind of going out this way. I'm trying to think of how we can incorporate that a little bit more. Maybe with color, possibly. Like, since we've got all these browns, which is really cool, can we just throw in like a golden eye, and then maybe the golden eye is like also on the deer to kind of like connect, like, is this like a Venom symbiote sort of thing where like he's inhabiting this body or whatever? And then we could also put some of that yellow like in the veins being sucked out. I don't know. He's like assimilating it. I'm guessing he was like a little black creature. Dang, that's dope. Cool. Yeah, I really like this one as well. Again though, squint, check your values. Just getting a little bit lost. So what you could easily do with this one is just give it a little bit of like, you know, rim lighting on the top, like down directional lighting to help him pop off the background a little bit more. And then remember, everybody, don't just, when you're doing rim lighting, don't do just like a flat line. Like, try to actually like follow the form. But I think that could help. Alright, cool. Next one. Who is this? Is this... I can't... Is this digital? Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think this is digital with just like a texture kind of background. Oh, this is little Nurka. Okay, cool. This is really cute. I like it. Is he like a... Is it a staff? Is he like coming out of like a metal thing? Because that's a cool concept. I think, again, we can kind of add some more like occlusion shadows. So that's just like the shadows where two elements touch. And that's going to help your little dude. A sceptral. Oh, a scepter. A scepter. Yeah. Okay. Kind of looks like gouache. I like it. So good you can't tell if it's digital or not. Yeah, I know. I was like, is this digital? Like, what's going on? I like this. I like the scepter idea. I would say, and this is just in terms of your composition, let's call it, I think this little crown thing would be better right in the middle. So it looks like he's squeezing himself through two pieces of the metal, as opposed to it being like a little bit offset. Here, if I flip back and forth, it's such a tiny nitpicky thing, but now it looks like he almost like popped himself out of it, as opposed to he's just sitting on top of it with another metal thing on top of his head. So that's cool. I think kind of like with Biaro's piece, you have these like little jelly things kind of like falling down. Let's like go kind of crazy with it and make it look like he's dropping little gooplets or something like that. That might just kind of add to the storytelling. We don't need to go totally overboard with it, but a drop or two just to show you spilling over. It kind of reminds me of like a melty ice cream cone. And then with your gold as well, metal gets really shiny, so just make sure you're hitting highlights. And it's just gonna pop out that metal even more. And you can go darker. I'd probably say it's a lesson for everybody. So on your next piece, guys, that we do, probably just do one more. We'll see how it goes. I want everybody to make sure they're checking their values on this next one and go a little bit lighter and a little bit darker in some spots, so you're hitting your full value range. I like that you guys are being brave enough to go like right into color though. I think that's really cool, and that's how you can bang out. If you get really good at doing that, you can bang out a piece like really quickly. I do like this kind of like gouache look though. I think it's, especially for you, I think this could be a good like strategy, like a what do you call it? Stylistic approach. Just like continue to render in this sort of style could be really, really interesting. This has been the Goop stream. Okay. That's funny. Alright, let's go into this one. I think this was this also Megalith's? Yeah, this was Megalith's second piece. Cool. This is the shapeshifter kind of doppelganger thing. I think, and I don't know if it's just because I'm coming right off of mine, but if you have this like cool hair going on, like I'd almost like have the light side be on this side and then kind of do something more like blowy with the hair so that your composition isn't just like this rectangle, right? What this is going to help you do is kind of give more of a shape to a silhouette to your character. So it hurts me. Thanks, I hate drawing and only like painting, so that's why. I think there's nothing wrong with going right into painting, but kind of like you're joking, but doing black and white studies and just focusing on shapes and value is like the best way to learn how to really like block out forms. So I would try doing some of that. This is awesome. I love this. Is like a very finished drawing, which is great. Let me see who did this one. Kiwi. Okay, cool. I love the big eye. Like this is like a believable looking monster. And again, this is why I do these nitpicky freaking critiques, but okay, you have a little guy here, you have a little guy here, put another little guy here with his mouth open. Okay? That way, compositionally, you have this like kind of triangular composition that will lead their eye around the piece. Cool. Next one. Who did this? This is also Kiwi's piece. Cool. I like this one too. This feels very like mysterious. I would say, and I know this is pencil, but what would help with this one is if you were a lot lighter with your background trees and you went heavier on your shadows as much as you can. Really kind of digging in there with these shadows. So it's like the same methodology applies for pencil and paper. You might just need to get like a, what is it called? Like a 6B or something like that so that you can get darker marks. But that's just going to help with the contrast. And if you have all this shadow here, I think this face would also be in shadow, which makes it even like creepier. And now we again have like a nice silhouette of like light here. I know again I'm painting digitally on top of this, but if we're able to pop out this kind of whitish silhouette on top of the tree, it's just gonna look really creepy and weird. And feel more like a final drawing than like a half-finished drawing. Cool. All right, and shapeshift. This is Axel's piece. Cool. I like this one too. Nice little portrait. Oh, let me think. Let me think with this one. Okay, so this is like this is what I was talking about, like the cardinal sin of rim lighting. So even if you have more of like a side lighting or like a backlighting, like the light is going to just slowly kind of round over those edges just a little bit. So I don't want you guys to get in the habit of these like super thin lines. If I thicken this up as well, you can even see how it's like making the forms feel a lot more apparent. Again, I know we were going really quick with these, but this is such an easy and quick fix that I think exponentially improves the piece, right? I don't know if there'd be lighting on here if we're going backlighting like that. So keep that in mind. I really like this though. This is really creepy. I also want to see maybe more of like the darker lines on how this stuff is like growing out of the character. You know, it might just help with that feeling of like it's growing out of the person. And then the other thing too is maybe, I don't know if we want to go this blue, but having kind of like a contrasting color. So we've got like warm light on this side, doing a little bit more cool light on this side, I think would help balance this out a little bit. I see some blues like on the cheek and stuff. So but yeah, nice dynamic lighting. Cool. All right, and here's the last one we got so far, I think. And this is also by Axel. This is awesome. I love this. This is a really like badass character design with the skeleton like coming out of the slime. It's like this skeleton is in charge of the rest of this, and that's like very obvious and cool. And I like, you know, you took the advice of like the super dynamic pose. I'll say the only thing in terms of the lighting, again, we might even just be able to do this with a color or like a layer adjustment thing, but just give it some more contrast. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I mean, that already pumps things up. You'd want to go in and paint stuff out, but you know, having more dark values down here. Let me see if I can do a quick touch up. Very quick. Let's see. I gotta take this thing off. Keep sliding off. Okay, so even darkening that makes the top part feel like it's coming more towards the camera. So keep that in mind. But this one's awesome. I love it. All right, cool guys. Let us pick another prompt. Have a sip of coffee. I feel like a minotaur is not like spooky enough. Angry giant, also not spooky enough. I wonder if we want to go beast instead of monster. Werewolf, I feel like that's too similar to the transformation one. Troll, I don't know. Direwolf. Let's see, guys. An angry bush, an animated plant. Think houseplant or yard-sized plant that has been stirred up by some event. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Let's do this one. It is waving its limbs around menacingly. Perhaps it may even have the ability to use its flowers to spit acid or attempt to blind someone with the nectar. Do you guys feel like this is too similar to the blob, or do you guys want to do this one? Let me know. I wanted a vampire. Should we just do a vampire? Let's just make up a prompt. I'm down for a vampire. You can do a bush or a vampire. Let's do that. I'll do 3 and 4 because I think we're really only going to have time for one more. So feel free to go with the angry bush or a vampire. Let's think of something kind of interesting. How about like a vampire from the Middle Ages? So like maybe we could do like a vampire that's got like armor on or something like that. That might be kind of cool. Oops. Mixed vampires. Axel, I have to go, guys, but this was tons of fun. Have a great day. You too. Thanks for joining, man. Okay, now I'm torn though. Do I want to do a vampire? Or do I want to do the angry bush? I'll just start drawing. Let's see. See what I come up with. Vampire tree person, got it. Yeah, why don't you combine them? That's a cool way to go. Alright, cool guys. So if anybody missed my last plug, I'm just gonna bring this up one more time before I get into drawing. So I have included a second free item if you subscribe to my mailing list. And the reason I'm doing this is not only because I think this is a cool like little freebie with some information that's helpful, but I am going to start doing more like newslettery sort of things with my email list. So I would love for you guys to sign up for that. So hop over to nickhajiausart.com/artquest. And if you scroll down, you can join my mailing list. You'll get a free art improvement calendar, which I'll show you really quickly. So this just has a bunch of prompts and an outline so you can kind of be more consistent with your art and just like have a structure to, you know, begin drawing and hopefully by the end of the month have like an actual like portfolio of some cool pieces that you can use to get paid work. And then the next step is if you are feeling like you're in a position where you want to start making money with your work, in the if you sign up for my email list, you'll get a make money in 30 days with your art guide, 7-step guide, very easy to kind of go through and just apply some of these tips. And like I was saying last time, I feel like these are one of those things, these are those bits of information that until somebody like says it to you, it feels like it's super obvious, but then somebody says it to you and you're like, oh, if I just try this, this, and this, maybe I'll have a better chance of landing a client or, you know, making more money from my art or getting my work out there or being more consistent or whatnot. So it's got a little timeline. Yeah, so check that out if you get the chance. All right, let's get on to drawing. All right, let's see. I'm almost like imagining like a, I don't know if you guys know the enemy, like the Malboro in Final Fantasy. Something like that. could maybe be kind of cool. Have this idea in my head of like almost like he grew out of a pot and the pot's like all cracked. Could be kind of cool. I think I'm kind of going in the right direction with this. This is super weird. All right, which Which prompt are you guys going with? Can't tell if I like this or not yet. Now I'm feeling like a medieval vampire is going to be easier for me. Maybe both, I don't know. How much time for this one? I'm lost in the woods. How much time? Let's try to give ourselves like 30 to 40 minutes. I'll set a timer for 40 minutes at this point. I'm gonna start a different sketch just see how I get through that. The other thing too that I haven't done once, but I should have been doing this whole time is flipping my canvas. That's another good strategy, guys. Oh, Meglet says, I gotta go for now. Thanks, guys. Have fun. Thanks for joining, Meglet. Trying to do like one of those really like foreshortened poses and like look at my own on the camera. All right, how's it going, guys? I know I've been a little bit silent. I'm kind of trying to think through this one. I think by the third drawing, your brain starts to be like a little bit mushy. Currently, I have nightmare fuel, so on theme, right? Yeah, definitely. Where are we on time? Got about 25 minutes left. I'll try to get at least a little bit of a render going on like this. Start to like my pose. Then flip the canvas. I think I can like stick his head a little bit forward. Maybe not.
Some creature out of time is hovering over us, more than 1 million years old.
Five innocent people killed. Not a sign of a human.
Alright. I want to duplicate this just in case I need to go back. Sword vampires are a vibe. Yep. Did anybody ever see that Underworld movie? That was, did I say this already, or was I just thinking this? You know when you're like, did I say that? That Underworld movie that was, like, it took place in medieval times. It was kind of like a prequel sort of movie. I actually really like that one. It's kind of what this is making me think of. You have not said anything. You have been focused hard. Yeah, my brain right now, I'm like, okay, how is this gonna work? Yeah, if anybody has any questions about my process or anything, just any general art tips, advice, whatever, now is a good time to ask before we look at community work and wrap up. So just let me know. Like a prequel to the movie Underworld. Yeah, it was a prequel. It was really, really cool. I thought. I don't think it did very well in the box office, but I liked it. Google's Underworld. Wow, there's a lot of Underworld movies. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's like, I almost want to say there's like 5 or 6 of them, maybe. I'm like trying to think about this now. I don't know if I've ever drawn a male vampire before. I think anytime I've drawn like a vampire, it's been like a cute, kind of witchy kind of vampire girl. It's kind of funny to think about. But I think he's looking kind of cool. Halloween dreams. Oh. For causing new areas to explore for you. Oh, thanks for the follow, Kiwi. Well, is I not looking right? Not looking right at all. And this is why we flip our canvases. So that tooth is in a spot that doesn't really make sense. Okay, I have to submit mine early. Unfortunately, I'm still here, but I gotta attend to the kids. No worries. This is Cornball teaching is strong. What's up, Pat? Thanks for hanging out. And Pat, I am not blowing you off, man. Every time you call, I'm literally like tending to Leon. So I gotta call you back and we gotta catch up. But been freaking busy, man. So just a heads up. How much time we got left? Got 10 minutes-ish left. We can go a little bit longer, but if you guys are feeling like you're starting to wrap stuff up, I would begin submitting in the Discord so we can take a look at your stuff. True that. Who are you and Grace? Okay, good. We're all good, man. Just been, yeah, had a lot going on. Also, before you judge me, I already know occlusion shadows. They're not there. Yeah, so that's the first thing I was gonna say. I just took a look at it. Just darken your pen just a little bit for some of these, like, you know, areas that connect, and I think it's just gonna make a huge difference. I've even seen, I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but artists like use a method where, like, if they're painting a face or something, they will literally like only render out the occlusion shadows as like a first pass. So like, you know, this is gonna look terrible, but the nostrils, like in between the lips, like the shadow under the chin, where the eyelids meet, you can kind of throw the eyebrows in there, but you kind of have this like occlusion pass, almost like you would in 3D modeling. And it kind of takes care of that work for you ahead of time. So I don't know, it's just something to maybe try out, look into. Fuck, should go the other way. Let's see, guys. Okay, got another one in. I'll give you guys a heads up in a couple minutes. All right, guys. I think it's time to kind of start wrapping up. So submit your piece to the Discord and we can start taking a look at these. I think I'm gonna kind of throw all mine together on a sheet. Whoops. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I kind of like how all these turned out. I think I can probably turn these into actual pieces, or at least just like spend a little bit more time touching them up. So I hope you guys feel the same with your stuff. All right, let me start. Let me download some of these. All right, cool. All right, here's Kiwi's piece. Oh, there's the timer. Yeah, Pat says good, really good job, y'all. Yeah, I agree. This is awesome. I love this. Okay, so again, we're going with nitpicky critiques because that's just my style. You have the biggest one coming out of the middle. I'd almost want to see the biggest guy right here because it's almost like that's like our center focus. It's like that's where this perspective is sort of like leading us to, and then we want the eye to start looking around the canvas. So, you know, kind of consider like large, medium, small. So you could probably go large, like medium. You can overlap them. You've got a small guy here. Maybe pull this guy in a little bit more. Maybe you got another medium one there. And then you've got like, I don't know, a small one here. Thinking ahead on how you want to balance your shapes is really helpful with making an interesting composition. And even with just a character itself, you can still think of it like it's a composition and you really want to be leading the eye around. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I really like that he's squeezing this like cricket or grasshopper thing. That's really funny. And I like this stomping around thing. Also the like little leaf particle things that are flowing out of them is awesome. Kiwi, I want to try drawing yours. That's so cool. I want to fight that. Yeah, it does look like a cool little beastie to fight. All right, cool. The next one is little Nurka's piece, vampire baby. Sorry, I had to go. Cute. Yeah, again, yeah. I mean, we mentioned it, but just throwing in. I'd almost just like start with these things, considering it's, it's like it's a bit of an issue. I guess the lighting is coming from the left, so we'd probably want this shadow to go more to the right. And then maybe just like a softer kind of shadow under the nose as well. But yeah, I like the style, like we were saying before, that you're starting to use. And the brush you're using for the hair is kind of doing that nice like fading into the background, like lost edges sort of thing. So having harder marks in contrast with the soft faded out edges, I think is going to help, again, that sort of like balancing of elements in your pieces. Dear gosh, it's nightmare fuel, guys. This is Biaro's character. Cool. I like this one. It is a cool character. I like the long hair. Maybe you just ran out of time, but I would have liked to see a lot of this like texture you started to do in the rest of this streak. And then the other thing too, so I'm just kind of squinting now. What sort of helps with characters on like a background like this is to kind of have almost like a focal point like in the torso sort of area. So you can very easily like clip a masked layer to your character and slowly start to use like a multiplier or something more down towards the feet area, because the feet are honestly not as important, especially a character like this. It's not like you're trying to show off cool shoes or like knee pads or something like that. It's like the bust that's the most important. So having brighter colors up here and darker colors up there is going to help. And if I just do like a very quick spray pass on this, you'll quickly see like how it's like relevant. So and you can kind of add this in towards the end, but if you're already thinking about it, it helps to like start painting with those colors like you're almost doing a gradient from top to bottom. Because the other thing you have to think of is like the way you're doing your directional lighting is like it's brighter. It's going to be brighter towards the top anyway. So it should be very subtle, but hopefully you can see. Now we pushed the focus to the